Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to another reaction. Today we have another song from Patreon Auntie. This one is from a group called, I think, is it 1-3 notes or 1 notes with just like a stylized thing in the middle? I couldn't find any information on that, so one of the two. This is Shadow and Truth. It's from ACCA 13. I did not watch this anime because it was maybe like 2 years before I started watching like every seasonal anime because I'm sad and lonely. And so I kind of missed out on this one. It was just before I started getting into doing that more often, and it was kind of, from what I could tell by trying to figure out the band name, this entire anime was kind of under the radar. Not a lot of people watched it, but apparently unanimously the opening is a banger. So I'm really interested to hear what it's like, because that sounds a lot like Kisniver to me, and Lay Your Hands on Me is one of my favorite anime openings ever. So I'm excited to see what this song does to gain that sort of a reputation as well. So without further ado, let's go. Ooh. Oh. Alright. We're getting that spy jazz. Alright. Okay. Already loving the vibe. Oh, the tasteful auto-tune on the voice. Whew. Oh. What a bridge. I'm kind of stuck back on that transition. The vibe of this one is fantastic. Absolutely immaculate. It sounds a lot like a few songs from some recent, like more modern anime, so I'm not surprised at all this one's popular. But I am surprised nobody's watched it. Lock on that 4 on the floor with the bass. Could do that cool transition again, or are we getting something different this time around? I love that transition. What a transition. I want to dance to this one. This is such a good energy. Ooh, break it down? All right. Getting some of that brass riff. Let's go. Solo time. Woo! Tasteful solo. Didn't do anything unnecessary with that. Showed off just enough. Gotta love it. It's a sign of a pro. Woo! Alright. That was a different transition. I like that one too. The song is just so fun. Like, you can't help but move your body in some way, shape, or form. Hard ending too. Love that. So I don't think anyone would be mad at me if I were to liken that song in energy to Lost in Paradise, the ending of Jujutsu Kaisen Season 1, or the opening to Beastars Season 1, Wild Side. It has a very similar energy to that. This type of music that just, you can't not move. You have to do something. You have to stand up, dance, even just wiggle in your chair like I was. You have to do something. And that energy is immaculate. It is so good. The song itself was so well structured throughout. Those transitions for the bridge between the verse and chorus, for at least the first two, they were the same thing, very unique. I just sitting there pounding on the bass drum and keeping the rhythm of the vocals to match that, to then just take an extra half measure. And that's so cool. That's such a good structural use. It's not something that is standard. You know, you end up on a little bit of an offbeat by doing that. You kind of shuffle the groove around for a second before moving into the next section. That's an amazing, amazing use of space and time to make the song more interesting. That really wakes you up a bit. The last one that kind of did a turn on that, it just did something slightly different, but it kind of kept that same flavor of, hey, let's take what we already did for that transition and just kind of mold it around like Play-Doh. You know, it's just like, let's change it a little bit just to make it unique for the final one, for that big energy to lead into that. That is so good. The drums, having to talk about the drums, of course, they are fun. It's just fun. This genre is so fun. I love playing Wild Side. I love playing Lost in Paradise so much. This song is going to be no different. I'm going to play this on the drums immediately once I'm done with this video. I just got done playing the drums like an hour ago, and I'm going to go back because that song has given me a second wave of intrigue. So I'm going to do that pretty much right away. I have no questions why this song is a diamond in the rough now, why so many people love the song, even if the anime didn't do so well in actual viewership. I understand it. It's so fun. The vocalists work so fantastically together too. The very tasteful auto-tuning, vocoding that's happening on the female singer, especially at the beginning. I don't recall if they used it later in. My ear might have just gotten used to it by then. I don't recall it happening. Either way, very tasteful. I don't love it when they overproduce vocals like that, but sometimes it works. And this is one of those cases where I didn't feel distracted by hearing that sort of thing, and it felt very natural despite the song, genre-wise, not really fitting with that much at all. It shouldn't, but it works. It's kind of the same reason why the whole vibe of like jazz funk fusion with like the hip-hop rap energy that this song has and a few others do in the anime scene works so well. And basically everything works well together if you try hard enough. It's just so cool to hear songs like this utilize little bits and pieces from a bunch of different popular genres and meld them together. That's just one of my personal favorite things about music, is the absolute flexibility that some people can take with anything and make something beautiful out of it. I think the one thing I did not anticipate at all when I was listening to this was a solo section. Like when it got introduced, I was like, oh, here it comes. But you don't really expect there to be solos, especially one that long. It's probably not used in the actual intro, which is kind of a shame because that is such a tasteful solo. They really, like, as I said earlier, don't overstay their welcome, and they don't overplay it either. They actually keep it pretty reserved, but it's flavorful and energetic enough that you don't get bored either. It's so good. And honestly, just based off the reviews I have seen in this song, I'm probably going to go give the anime a shot next time I have some spare time in the anime window, maybe even between this current season set where we got like a week before we get the new ones. I might give this one a shot and just binge it all out because this is intriguing me enough that I actually do want to give it a shot and see what it's all about. At least an episode, you know? I feel like I'd be doing a disservice to it if I didn't. But either way, I think that's about all the blabbing I can do about this song, so thank you all so very much for watching. If you have another request you want me to get to, another obscure anime intro that I may not have heard, by all means drop it in the comments below and I will do my best to get to it. I usually prioritize ones with high like counts first, and other than that, if you like this video and you want to follow me and support me and all that, you know how to do so, and I will see you in the next video. Goodbye!